right. Hey, everybody, the check-in. Malica. Yes. Happy Monday, everybody. We are here. We are here. We are here. I have absolutely missed you all. I have missed you all. We are here, and today we are checking in with Malica. I am so excited. I'm so excited. You guys know that I absolutely have enjoyed the past few months while we've been, hey Stumpy Don, while we have been checking in with some of the industry tastemakers, you know, because it is very important to show you guys that they didn't just wake up one day and you know, start promoting and keeping events and singing and producing and all these different things that you see. It's very important that you guys understand that they have very humble beginnings, and that is why we are here at the check-in, to show you the duality of your, hey Tiff, you know, to show you the duality of your favorite dancehall persons, you know. So let's go ahead and grab Malica. Very happy. Let's go ahead and grab her here. Did I grab her? Okay. Want to make sure I get that, you know, but it is just so super important just to show you guys that it takes a lot of hard work, and no matter what happens, that you need not to give up. You need to not give up. And so that's what we have been doing, you know, they sell bag juice, and they, you know, did their own street team work and had to give their own events before, you know, they were able to gain recognition on a larger scale. Hey, there she is, you guys. So before I bring her in, I just want to read her bio for you all, because when I receive a good bio, I just can't wait to share it. Okay. So I'm going to read it. She's going to be blushing a little bit because nobody wants to, you know, actually hear, oh my God, you know, when you hear your bio read out, you're like, I did what? So let's read it first, and then we're going to bring her in. So this is Malica, okay? Malica has always been musically gifted. From a young age, she was singing and performing. Growing up, Malica's father had one of Kingston, Jamaica's most popular sounds, love vibration disco. And like many children influenced daily by a plethora of music and musicians, Malica's musical destiny was inevitable. Malica has never been limited by musical stereotypes. She's an artist who adapts and masters all genres seamlessly, sorry. Hey, JFK. As a writer, Malica has shared writing sessions with a multitude of talents such as Jennifer Hudson, Pressure Bust Pipe, Nyla Blackman, Cocotte, Lamb, Anisha, and Auntie of A+, Rodney Jerkins, Kimani Marley, Faruko, and more. Currently First Lady of Bust Pipe Records, Malica is managed by Director of Public Relations for Destiny Media PR, Ronnie Tomlinson. We love Ronnie, right? Malica has worked on a multitude of projects with the help of Sly and Robbie, Salam Remy, Bink, Commissioner Gordon, Walshy Fire of Major Lazer, Bobby York, my friend Colin there, Rodney Hill, Mafio, 12 Keys, DZY, The Fanatics, Team Salute, Kirkle Dove, Vitaman, Tony Kelly, Shamtrax, Michael Teja, and more. Throughout the course of her musical career, Malica has won over the hearts of music lovers from all walks of life, performing at a variety of venues such as Universal Studios, Hard Rock Cafe, and House of Blues. She's also graced the stage and shared the spotlight with acts ranging from Buju Banton, Shaggy, Nick Cannon, Kimani Marley, Tory Lanez, Barrington Levy, Mavado, and Snoop Dogg, to name a few. Her most recently released singles are Walshy Fire and Med's Music Green Rose Rhythm, oh me oh my, is her song on that rhythm, Searching, which is Pressure Bust Pipe, she's a feature on that song, To Love, Makeup, featuring Pressure Bust Pipe on the Caribbean Soul rhythm. You see it, don't? Wiggle Wiggle, which of course is Beanie Man and Bobby, Overdose, Don't Go on the Karma rhythm, and that's just a few of the songs. So you guys, we are going to bring Malica in. So I just wanted to, again, just give you guys that bio just so that you could know just a little bit of our sister, Malika. Malika, come on in. Let's get to this conversation. Hey, girl. Hey.
Greetings.
Hey.
And you were right. I definitely, a lot of blushing going on.
I know. Nobody wants to hear that. Like, you know, when you're a person who just, you know, it's just who you are as part of your soul, your makeup, then you're just doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing anything because you're thinking to yourself, I want somebody to call my name one day, or, you know, you just have a message, you know, and you just want to put it forth. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm glad that we did this today.
Oh, absolutely. Listen,
I'm so
you know,
elated.
yeah. Can I tell you, you know, one of the things, and I think people could see that already, if you're having a bad day, if you've been having a bad week, if this has not been your year, watching these two women talk, you are about to catch a spirit or a glow or something positive. Let me just tell y'all that before we start. Let me make sure I tell y'all that. Oh my God, I thought I pinned the message. I didn't, so now it's gone.
Tell them. I do appreciate you reading the bio, though. When I wrote it, you know, when I read back things that I write, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. But to hear you read it, and in the way that only Genie can.
Girl, listen, because you have to. You know
Absolutely.
I know you know Tiffany from Florida, so Tiffany's here. And so she's like, that's my girl.
My
so,
sister, you know, from a long time.
Yes. Yeah. Hold on, let me put this down. I always forget to put my name in and then okay, now I'm gonna pin it.
Genie, I don't even know how to use this. I have not, greetings, British Linkz. I haven't used Instagram Live since back in the day when it was before all of this.
Right. Girl, well, we are here. You know what? Shouts out to my producer, Romy Icon. So I don't think he's gotten here just yet, but he is like, you know what? We have this platform and it's about pushing positive Caribbean culture and, you know, everything we did on Clubhouse. So he was like, let's just come over here, you know, and because you heard the voices over there, but now you actually want to see people.
Right.
You know?
So, you have to teach me how to do the background. I love that.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to show it to you. Yeah. So he got me this nice, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't see it right there. Look, I'm looking back like I can see it over here, right? That's just my wall. I'm going to send it to you. Okay. We have to, so you know, we're going to talk about, you know, Malica, as I'm saying your name right?
Yes.
Girl,
absolutely.
Listen, I make fun of people all the time. So by the time I'm supposed to say your name, then I forget. Because I call people everything but their name. You know what I'm saying?
And when we talk, we always say love and, you know, goddess queen.
So why am I supposed to know your name? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I have to keep saying it so everyone knows who this is, so that they can, you know, make sure y'all follow her, follow everything. So we're gonna, you know, first start with your music, and then we're gonna get into Grand Rising. But first, I want to know what it was like, and we're just having a conversation. What is it like, you know, growing up with a father that's part of a sound system? Like, was there any time, like, if you came home and you had, like, good work and he, like, gave you a forward, you know, was there air horns, you know, what was it like, you know, just loud for no reason?
You know what's funny? Being that he owned the sound, he's a very serious man. He's a gentle giant. He doesn't play about his community. And that was most of what I received, because I was very young at that age. By the time that we were no longer running the sound, we moved to the States. That's when I really have a lot of recognition. But there were always artists at the house. So even at 17, 16, when I sneak into the concerts, if Professor Nuts is backstage, I know I'm in there. He's going to pick me up and take me up. Right. He picked me up one time and pulled me over so that we could just embrace each other based on the love he has for my father. Same with Beanie Man. Beanie Man has very high regards for my dad. That was one of the sounds that he started when he was younger. So we have
Moses.
We have Atiba's birthday pictures, my brother's birthday pictures, and he's there celebrating those moments with us. So there were always Major Macro. There were always a lot of artists around. And what he did do, though, Genie, I will say this, is he never let me cut myself short. He
Okay.
always made sure, and he was that way with the sound. So he's not going to play a dub. He's going to have the artist on stage with him to make you feel the energy. So it's those things that like he will push that through. Like, no, this isn't good enough. You're better than this. Don't allow your bar just to be at standard or a little bit above. If it gets a little bit above, push it even more.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Right. Yeah. So that was, it's a blessing, but he's a seer. So as we say, goat mouth in Jamaica.
Yes.
But he'll sit back and he takes it all in, and that's where I get it from, definitely. And my mom too. My mom gives me that softness and that.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Because that's Grand Rising. So we're not there.
Okay,
so just hold on to that. Hold on. But that's amazing and I'm like tearing up, just I don't know why, but that's amazing to grow up amongst those legends and in their prime and while they're doing everything, and just to be a part of it. But the sneaking in part, like what's going on, but I like what you said, that forget a dub plate. No, you get on this stage live, and those are my vibes. Hey, absolutely. Greetings everyone who's here. Yeah, that's my vibe.
Yeah, I think my brother helped reinforce that, because Atiba was in the industry, I would say the American end of the music industry first. I was always on my Caribbean side of the industry.
Right.
And he was definitely just like my dad in that manner. So when we did shows, and I'm talking about we just watched look at this.
Oh my God, she's got something for us.
You remember
with that? Yes.
So we found
with the little cassette that you have to put in a VCR.
We were watching. God. That's how old these videos are, where we were doing the fusion, the blend of the dance hall, the R&B, the hip hop, but it was a fully choreographed show. It was dancers that are doing international dancing and hip hop dancing at the same time. You had the sound effects. You had, Tiba would always get drops from artists. So we had like a Khaled drop that we play in the beginning of the show or during intermission. So we wanted an experience. And I know we get that from Daddy too. It has to be an experience, or else it's not what it's supposed to be.
So one of the things you speak about, and I wanted just a few of the female artists, female creatives, I like to use the word creatives, who are inverts and kind of shy, especially those who are entertainers and artists. So how do you go from, being around all of that grandness to, being more guarded and protected, and not like flamboyant and kind of just like all over the place, and just how do you do that?
It took a while figuring that out, and people always say that. They used to always say, like, how can you be shy but you're an artist? How can you be shy but you get on stage? But I think that's all about protecting your peace. Protecting your peace. Absolutely. I think as an artist, you have to definitely set those boundaries and guard them with your life. You are your brand. You protect your life. You protect your brand. And again, it took me a long time. A long time to get to a space where I feel like, oh yeah, my boundary is decent. And there's no growth possible. Absolutely. Boundaries are a necessity. So for me, when I was younger, especially being an empath, picking up a lot of energies around me, when I was maybe we started performing when I was maybe 16, 17, when I would be, even at the studio, when I would be at TransCon back when I was 13, that's Lou Pearlman and Doug Brown and them, because I was in a group with another young lady for them back in the NSYNC days when all of them were there. And what I would do is, if there were too many people and I felt uncomfortable, I would separate myself from the space, even after the show. But that's a good thing about team also. Having individuals like Ronnie, like Genie, that are there for you, that can speak for you, that you trust to speak for you, that are in for it for you more than they're even in for it for themselves.
That's right.
I get off that stage and I would leave. I would I would say hello to who I was told to say hello with, and I go up the block to a restaurant and go chill and vibe. So learning different things like that, or also being able to say, I love you, but I have to go. I have to go here. I just want to breathe for a second. But I appreciate you. Those things, they help you to protect and guard that.
Thank you for saying that. As I'm saying, you know, when speaking to women creators, because I'm a person behind the people, and so naturally my experience is different than yours. Like my shyness causes me to be nuff and causes me to be, you know, more outspoken, you know, but so what I do as a behind the scenes person is that I'll give you about 5 minutes to come and greet people, not necessarily touching them,
right?
because energy transfer, but to just come out and say, you know what I'm saying, you know, just something like that, or you know, just different gestures, and we work out things. Yeah, right. JFK is an introvert because he knows that, right?
Right.
You know, but we work out just little signals and signs and stuff like that, you know, just little things, just so I know you've had your 5 minutes and you're ready to go. But one thing you know, that's what VIP sections are for, and different things where I say, okay, you guys know she just got finished, you know, he or she, they just got finished delivering a message. So, you know, give them a few minutes to decompress. They're going to come out and greet you guys, and just for a few minutes, but you know, that takes a lot of energy. And so like, I kind of prep everyone that you're not going to be around there, you know, for too long.
Right.
And that again is protecting you. And then again, you know, you'll give me the sign, or, you know, whatever we had worked out beforehand, I know time for you to go. And so they won't necessarily see me watching you, you know, but I'm definitely looking for that sign.
Signal.
And then I see it, time for you, got tea, you got things to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that part for me was so important in this conversation, because I really need introverts who are performers, performing introverts, to understand, like you said, having that person that you trust on your team,
yes,
who understands that, you know, you just need that space, and they are able to, whatever the sign is,
absolutely,
you gotta go. She did
even on stage, it's necessary. Being divine feminines in the industry,
yes,
with males, yes, people feel like they have a natural access to them, but with the divine feminine, they not only feel like they have a natural access to us, but also our physical sense of self. So you have times where I've been on stage and a guy will jump up on stage and try to grab and dance with me, or if I'm taking a picture, they put their hand low on the hip and they're rubbing the side of the hip. Those things, especially for an introvert, and to break down the energy, because I know sometimes we'll have these conversations because we overstand and understand it.
Right.
But to break that down, the best way, my mom taught me this when I was very young in regards to protecting my energy. When you know, when you're in a vehicle, in a car, and the windshield, there's some fog there, and then it clears up, but it might be cold outside, a different temperature in the car. If you put your hand against the window and hold it there, or your foot, or any part of your skin, right? You put it against the window, you remove it, you'll see the shape of it. And you'll also see fog around that shape that details the shape.
Yes.
So my mom taught me when she did that, she said, do you see that? You're not touching it anymore, but your energy and your presence is still on that item. And the same way that it's on that item is how it's on you when you're touched by individuals. Ashe, I know you feel that. Biggest lesson, one of the biggest lessons of my life. So when you think about it that way, that goes for your body, your physical, your spiritual, your sexual. That goes for, sorry, my Google is going off. That also goes for your belongings, your house, your car. You have to be careful what kind of energies you have around you, because they're leaving a piece of that with you, whether you want it or not. And if you don't have the knowledge to cleanse that, then it can get really sticky when things start all of a sudden happening, and you've now taken on what was really called for them because you allowed them in your space. So that's that complete breakdown to that.
Y'all go listen, y'all gonna replay this over and over. I see controversy is like, girl, talk it.
Go ahead.
And this again was just so important. And I just really needed to say that, because as I read, you know, your bio, and they, you know, hear the names and venues and things of that has nothing to do with anything. At the end of the day, your energy is wrong. You are not welcome.
Absolutely.
Listen,
absolutely. But you have a lot of artists that will disregard that. And I've never been able to. And I do attribute that to part of the reason when people ask me, why don't I know you? Why aren't you everywhere? Because I don't stay in spaces that don't feed me. I don't feed on what does not feed me. you know, and I
We
know
got to write that down. Yeah.
I know my worth and my value. And if I'm in a space, greetings, Karen, greetings, cousin Rasai. If I'm in a space where I don't, it may not even necessarily be anything said, but just a look or a feeling or a sense of something, I'm out. I don't care what the opportunity is. I don't care who it is. I don't care what their name is. If it's not for me, it's not. And I know if I'm being led to separate myself from that, then that's what I need to do. So,
you know, see, this is why I write things down when we having these conversations, just so I can make sure that I can give it back to y'all. So let's, you know, get into some of the music, and I hope you guys received that as much as it was put out for you. So so I have seen you perform. When I first met you, it was Cornerstones.
yes.
Right. And because Bobby with Master Blaster, excuse me, the song was Hands Up, which is my son Humble Lion. That's his favorite song from that album. And yeah, it's crazy. When he had his birthday this year, all he wanted was for Bobby to send him a video bigging him up, and that just like completely just like you know, made his
That's
day.
beautiful.
I'm like, oh my God.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. My children with their old souls. I hate these kids, man. Why are they so old?
It's beautiful because they have work to do. They have work to do, and they came here to do that work. They ain't playing like us. They
talking about I'm immature and I'm childish. I know you are, but what am I? Now what?
Right. My 6-year-old checks me in that same manner. So my 18-year-old uses the looks and the sounds like the But my daughter, she'll tell me in a second. Like,
oh, you look like her today. You must know that with the hair.
Yeah.
Right. Not she looks like you. You look like her today.
Yeah, this is her signature. I usually have this up.
Right. Yes. No, you know what I'm saying? I was like, sure, I know she coming. Let me make sure I try to, you know. I had to, oh my gosh, look at this other queen, Kim.
Greetings, Kim.
House is here. Yes. So talk to me first of all, Jennifer Hudson. Can I tell you, I remember when she did American Idol and she had the pink outfit and stuff because her friend, you know, had designed the outfit. So she went on American Idol wearing her friend's outfit. And Simon was just like that. You throw up on Pepto-Bismol. But if you could just let me know, just because, you know, you wrote for Jennifer Hudson.
So when we did our session together and we wrote, for us, when I write for, it's usually when I'm at a distance, but we were in the together when we were writing together. And this was right after American Idol. So this is when, you know, after that whole situation where everyone was really upset. And I pulled up to the studio. I didn't know who was going to be there. And I was like, and I looked and I loved her voice. But let me tell you something. What I will say is that her energy is unlike any other. I have not spoken to or been in contact with her since around that time, but I've never seen someone so naturally gifted to where as she's just walking to the booth and she's singing, you have to kind of check yourself as an artist, like, is this meant for me? Because baby, right. Her talent. I was like, okay, so I'm just a writer today. I don't sing. Don't tell her I sing. Don't ask me to sing. Right. But she's amazing. Right. She's amazing. She's truly a unique being. And I see that has carried on with her in her humbleness and her humility.
I love to watch her growth. I love to watch her grow. Come on, Miss Aretha. I was like, because you know I'm from Detroit, right? And which people are always like, you know, Jamaicans only migrate to Florida, New York, Toronto. No, we're in Detroit too. We everywhere. No, but you know, so and Crystal is Aretha's, that would be her niece or whatever. So just, you know, Motown, everything, you know, all of that or whatever. But just telling you to watch when Jennifer Hudson did Aretha, it was, you just got chills because she just really, I don't know how she was able to study her music and her story enough to be able to carry it out in the film. And Crystal, again, you know, my friend, she felt that she did her aunt justice, and that was how I felt watching that.
There,
you know,
I think there's certain artists that we already came here with that. And
Yeah.
I feel even on my altar, I have pictures of the greats, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
Amanda is one of the women that I, you know, show my utmost respect to, and she's present on my altar as well. And you have experiences, you know, you have moments where, you know, you feel their presence around you. There's certain times where I've picked out outfits for shows, even the show that I just did with Pressure in Texas with the all white and gold.
The white, yes.
And I pinned my hair back. And I even had the rag in my hand. And my husband had brought it up to me later on, like, do you know that this is what you said you wanted your image to be to me years ago? And I didn't even put the two together, but I think they walk with us. So when we get and actually step into this position that they've been working on and building for us and protecting us to get through there, then it becomes second nature. You know, it's as if we really don't belong here.
Right.
And we're getting an opportunity to go back to what was great for us.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely see how she did that.
Yeah, no, that was and I did see the clips of your performance from Texas and stuff, but everything from your outfit and your, you know, your whole well, we're gonna keep using the word energy and everything, that was awesome. You were glowing and you were definitely in your element. So it's good to know, you know, where that came from. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna make you blush too much. I just want to, you know, say that, you know, but I think it's awesome to know that you know that you didn't start something, but that you're a part of something bigger, and to work into that. So I just, you know, want to just keep highlighting different things that you say, because I know that there are other women creatives who are going to be blessed, you know, by the things that you're saying, so they know that they're not alone. Absolutely. Because I do understand that you guys feel that way a lot. Yeah. You know,
they'll try to make you feel like it's only you. And if you're in a circle where they try to make you feel like it's only you, you're in the wrong circle.
Wrong circle.
Like minds that will say, you know, I've been through that too. Because when you're around people that can connect with your experience, your perceptions line up. Genie and I match well together because our perceptions line up.
Yes.
Ronnie and I do the same because they line up. So when you're in a room and somebody says, nah, you're tripping, that's just you, and you know it's something that means something to you, when you expressed it with meaning, it's time to go.
Yep. Deuces, gotta go. You know, so tell me something that that Kamani Marley said to you about your talent. Tell me something that he said. You know, we're actually married and have children, so he doesn't know me or anything, but he definitely is one of my husbands. So I just wanted to tell you that before you know, say anything.
I think the dopest moment, there's a bunch, because when you're around Kimani and his beautiful family, even sitting down just in conversation, it's an experience within itself. The first time that we ever spoke on the phone, I literally, I was going through a very rocky time in music.
What's his number? You said, no, just kidding. Sorry, I'm listening.
I hit you on the back channel, Genie. But I was going through a really rocky and tumultuous moment with music, which tends to happen a lot when you're in the industry and you're really working for something and it seems like everything is against the positivity, but for the negativity, you know?
Right.
So I had pulled up Bob's documentary, his dad's documentary, and I was watching it, and I broke down at the end and I flooded. I just cried and cried. And I looked at my phone, and he actually called me on three-way, so the number was different. It was somebody else that I know. And when I picked up the phone, as I was crying, I felt like, it's okay. I got you. You're going to be all right. And and he said, hey, I'd like to work with you. I'd like to work with you. I'd like you to, right in that moment, I'm literally like, okay.
Right. I can't breathe.
I was like, do you know I was just watching your dad's documentary and I was here crying because I can't hold stuff like that back. I was crying, and now you called me to ask me to work. And so that was just even in that conversation, and he had stated to me that he knew that we needed to make a link because multiple people from different locations were asking him if he'd ever heard me sing or seen me. And so we made the connection, we made the link. It was really dope the way that he would always be so inclusive, bringing me to sessions with him, you know, that And sometimes I would just be there chilling, you know, and somebody would ask, is that your artist? And he's like, absolutely. Yeah. You know,
that's right. That's
right.
my
We
girl.
would vibe. And it was always reciprocated, because if I had to get up and work real quick, oh, you was going to see what this Marley experience has
right,
been.
Right. True. All the way. Yes.
But I definitely that sense. And then he was also, I don't want to just give examples of the things that make me feel like, yes, you know, it's good to have people around you that are honest with you about your craft, and honest with you ways that they're not trying to necessarily change you, but they're trying to just give you some pointers from their experience. So I'll give an example of that. We did a show in Orlando, and he told me he feels like there's a certain energy that has to be set around me when I perform. He sees it as like the intimate stool, guitar, acoustic, microphone. And like, don't worry about all this extra stuff. And, you know, yeah, you can do the running back and forth across the stage and the live stuff. That is your lane. And so that definitely got me thinking, like, yeah, that is what I typically enjoy, which is why I love to post on I'll post on Instagram singing before I'll even go and do a venue.
Like Island Boys.
Listen, do you know I didn't know who they were when I posted that? I had no idea who they were. My son had tried to get me to watch it like 2 or 3 days before, and I was working, so I was like, no, I can't watch it right now. But I told him, I said, that's a good hook, though. They just can't, you know, deliver it the way
execute it. Right.
But, you know, that's a good hook. And then I told him that I would come back, but I didn't. So the night that I actually put on my Malica music shirt for whatever reason that night. And so I sat at the computer and I'm working, and it was time to take a break. So I pulled up TikTok because I barely really use it. And I started Greetings, Dose. That's my writing partner. I love you.
Okay. Hey, Dose.
That's Leek. She's part of the Buspipe team. And so a lot of the songs that you hear that we're pushing out of Buspipe Records, she's always there with me, right by my side, supporting.
Hey, y'all.
But where was I? I apologize.
No, you were saying with Island Boys, and then your son had told you to look, and you went on
So I'm scrolling on TikTok, and I see this young king that's building a beat. So I was like, let me listen to this, because I like the duets. And so I heard the same Island Boy, and I was like, oh, I told my son, I told Elijah this was a good hook. So I just freestyled something, wrote it down real quick, made sure it fit, and then I sang it and posted it. I actually posted them, and a friend was like, how you don't know about them? And I was like, let me show you what I just did. And I posted that, and it just took off. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Much better version. They actually performed it live somewhere I saw it, and they got booed. And I'm like, well, let me show you my girl how she killed this, actually. Yeah.
I had to
and I think for them it was more of a gimmick, and they went viral, but for the wrong reasons. But then, you know, when you come in and then you bring that niceness to it. So yeah. Oh, so you know Jolando?
Yes. Big up.
Okay. Yes, from Florida.
Yeah. I reposted the video again with some clips of me burning some sage around my house and whatnot.
Right.
I feel like there's a certain energy that is attached when you're seeing images, like, you know, you may not want someone to come up, you may not appreciate what it is that they're doing, but something about them singing Island Boys, and they're from Cuba, Frank and Alex, after I did my research, because when I saw it, I was like, who are they? So I started looking it up, and they're from Cuba, and when they actually sing in their tongue, their language, it does sound like somebody need to put them on a track. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's like, I know
that, because I don't know what I seen with that pineapple and that. I don't know what was that. Did you see this? Queen Addis says, Malica, your voice is unmatched. I started following you about 2 months ago when I came across a post you were tagged in. Check you out. Amen.
I appreciate you. But yeah, there was an energy tied to that. The booing with them singing Island Boys that I just feel was not necessary. You don't really have to harp on people like that. You don't got to bring them down. If it doesn't serve you, just leave it alone. You know.
You said leave it alone. Yeah, which I did until you did that remix. I said, oh, now I gotta like it again.
Listen, however, this is about my island men. Because at the end of the day, you call it Island Boys all you want. Right. Island men raised me. Island men grew me. Island men loved on me. So if it's going to be represented, I'm going to toss a little something in there. Throw that in there to show what we really come with, you know? So that's been an interesting little run. It's been interesting.
Without mentioning any controversy or any names and things of that nature, when there's another video that you did after that one, and speaking about women's empowerment and, you know, standing in the gap for each other. If you could just, you know, speak about, and again, no names or, you know, getting into what that was about, but just speak about what it was like for you to perform that piece, because it definitely moved me, you know, and I felt it. I'm a survivor. And I think that and you've already spoken about, you know, the divine feminine and the different things that we, you know, as women, just different things that we go through in this industry and stuff, you know, so just kind of like you're feeling behind performing that, you know, and just giving us a piece of your strength, you know, when you performed it.
Natural, necessary. That's all I can think of. Necessary. We can't keep speaking in a sense of, why does this industry treat me like this? Why doesn't anybody understand me? Why doesn't anybody take the time to appreciate me as a being, and then not support our sisters or our brothers when they're having an experience? Because if it's something that you want, you have to give it to get it. Without reciprocation, anything that you're getting is false at the end of the day.
Right.
You're not giving it, not going to last long, because sooner or later, people are going to realize you are taking advantage. You are not really on, because you're not giving it. You're not showing an example of it. I always the best way to get people to gravitate to what you're doing is by being an example of what they want to see in you, what you want other people to see in you, and what you're trying to see out in the world. So it's, you know, when I wrote that, I saw some posts and other women that were, you know, being very supportive in the situation. And I was like, oh yeah, I definitely have to get in on this, because there's individuals that feel like they have a right to their opinion as a fact, when really
you said the right to their opinion
as a fact.
When
really you just have a right to your opinion. So for certain energies, there has to be an understanding that they're going to absorb it. They're not there in their spiritual growth yet, or just their growth in their experience and their perception, where they can release it and be like, okay, thanks. They're going to absorb it, and you don't know how that's going to affect them. Right. And so then can you really look at somebody who takes their hand and does something physically to someone, when you're able to do it on an emotional level, on a mental level? Because for me, the person that can infiltrate you mentally and emotionally and wants to attack you in that manner may even be a little bit more than the person who is attacking you. That's right. It takes a lot to put out negative energy towards people. And it's just unnecessary. It's so much easier to choose happy, you know? And so
I'm sorry, my producer is here. Romy, are we not live on British Linkz right now?
It says at the top. British Linkz, Malica.
Okay. Because, my producer came here and he said he was on the page and then he didn't see us. So I just want to make sure that, okay, sorry. I just wanted to make sure that we were in the right space.
Right.
Okay.
But
thank you. I did want to, speak on that.
It should be harder for us to step out and say something negative about our reflections than it is to stand out in support and appreciation of them. I don't care what your choices are. I don't care who, as long as you're not doing anything to hurt anyone else, as long as you are not stepping outside of your boundaries, as long as you are not stepping outside of your moral values, as long as you're not stepping outside of those things, then I'm here to support you. I'm here to support your experience. Anybody else that has anything to say, they need to focus on their journey, because while they're staying distracted.
No. Excuse me, why do I need to focus on myself when your business is so much more interesting? I don't want to.
You know what, Genie? It seems to me like there's a lot of humans. There are a lot of humans that don't want to deal with their own, I don't want to curse. That don't want to deal with
Why would I do that?
They don't want to deal with their own
shit. Or something?
At the end of the day, they don't want to deal with their own shit. And it's so much easier to be distracted by something you see in someone else that reminds you of the worst in you.
Yeah.
So you talk about them instead of actually taking the time to sit down with yourself and throwing some of them daggers this way.
Why you throwing shade at my ex-boyfriend? Why you talking about him like that? That is you are so out of order right now. I'm sorry. Throw that in there. Oh my gosh. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's what it is. And people enjoy the
yeah,
abnormal. We've come to
yeah,
a place now where there's a lot of we've been conditioned so much that the normal has become abnormal, and now that's what's
right,
normal. So now when you do good things, people are like, what's she doing something good for? When you say,
right,
hey, you're
right,
beautiful, why she look at me and said that? What she want? You know, it's that kind
right,
of
right.
person.
What does she want? Maybe
Like
just to
this.
bless you for the day. Maybe make you smile. Maybe because you are. And I just wanted to, but look, we stick together. Listen, when
Right.
I see
Right.
all the women gather, listen, hey, we here. Y'all saying
That's
something about
right.
something? What you say?
But
Yeah,
they'll say that.
that was awesome.
They'll say that
Yeah.
love is non-existent, and that's why this is so important for me. You all seeing me here with Genie, because it shows
Yeah.
you now nobody can tell you that it's not possible. Now nobody can say that there's not women working together, and would never let somebody speak out of that person's being. Like, we protect each other, we respect each other, guard each other, look up
Yes.
to each other, you know, and appreciate each
Yes.
other. So it's real. You got to know that
Yep.
and make it in your life too.
Yep. Well, that's how we started out today. I said, if you were having a bad day or just going through something, sitting in the conversation with us, that they're definitely going to, gather some of the positivity and just receive a blessing, because, from the beginning, it's the way that it's been. It's just the way that it is, and will continue to be, and again, from creative to a person behind the scenes, you're getting the full circle, everything today, and in the sisterhood that's there. So I know, because I'm telling you, I'm just getting chills, my eyes is leaking, and I don't know, I think you over here pinching me or something. I'm just, I'm trying to hold it together.
That's
But
that
it's
love.
just,
That's that energy.
awesome. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's funny, even when you asked earlier if I needed to hold off a little bit, and I don't mind sharing that either. I was just diagnosed with COVID 2 days ago. So what you're seeing right now is someone who has COVID, like the full blown, the waves of
and not feeling too well. Yeah.
Right. But guess what? It's my perception. Nobody can define what COVID is for me but me. So I'm living it and loving it and appreciate the break from society, and nobody's
right.
You know, it makes the boundaries that much easier. So my doctor told me when I was leaving the office, COVID never looked this good. And hey,
right.
We gotta live in that.
I didn't know if you were gonna say that or not, because I think another lesson here is just, that to keep going, and that you kind of have to fight your mind, and instead of just letting something overtake you, you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep on pressing forward, and that's just again, just to be able to bless others and to let them know that you have to just keep going, regardless of how you feel, because sometimes it's not about you. It's about, what others are waiting to receive from you. So when I tell you, I'm grateful that you were able to, but, I think that, again, I am certain that persons who are watching right now, or who are going to come back and watch, are going to receive the blessing in which this conversation was meant for, because we're about to hit an hour. We haven't even gone into Grand Rising. I know. We just started talking. I'm like, yeah, let me just reset again, and let you welcome everyone to the check-in. Of course, we are here talking to Malica, and just being a blessing, and of course, speaking about her musical backgrounds and everything. We've already read over her bio, so you'll have to rewind and watch it again to get that part. But, for those of you creatives who are shy or introverted, for those of you who understand energies or maybe don't understand energies, then, it is a blessing to be able to have this conversation and to pour into you guys, and also as a person behind those who are shy or, kind of stick to themselves, and who understand that we are not here for ourselves. We're here for you. So hopefully you guys did get something out of this conversation that we're having. And we're Romy Icon, if you're here, I am going to need more than an hour, because we have to speak about Grand Rising, because we've been touching on it a little bit, but we didn't fully get into what that is, because there are just some names that I wanted you guys to hear who she's worked with and what it was like working with them, and the hard work. Just because, her father had her in music from early doesn't mean that she didn't have her own path, or that she had to go through things on her own. So I think that you guys really needed to hear that, and about protecting yourself, protecting your energy, and you don't have to jump in every frying pan that's on the fire. You know what I'm saying? It's not your temperature. You're going to get burnt up. You supposed to be golden brown and you over there Cajun. You ain't even in the South. So you know what I'm saying? I think that's so important for you guys to have you know, to heard those things. So tell me, what is like for you when you know you have to open the stage? Because I saw Uncle Snoop, you know, it's my uncle actually. You
No,
know,
good. You can stay. This is for everybody. Healing is for everybody, cousin. That's my cousin.
why you want to leave?
He thought this was like a woman empowerment session. No, this is for everyone.
No. It is a creative empowerment session. So it's for everyone, cousin. Yeah, it's for everybody. It's just that, you know, based on the connection that Malica and I have is why, you know, we're just speaking about those empowerments, because it's just so important. Because, you know, again, folks run into obstacles and want to quit. And we just telling you, like, no, don't quit. You just not around the right people.
Right.
That's all that is. Because if you're ready to give up and there isn't someone holding your hand and pulling you, you know, you going this way, and if they're not pulling you in, you just have to, you know, okay, this ain't the right circle. I'm a square and I need to go find the other squares because this ain't hitting it for me. But so, you know, Snoop is my uncle. You know, that's my brother's. Wait, I'm trying to lie and it ain't coming out right. But like, what is it like for you? Because again, I can't box you in and say, oh no, she's a Caribbean artist. You know, I have to just say that you're a spirit, you know, because I've heard you do different genres. And, you know, what is it like with Snoop Dogg? Were you high? Did you get high just looking at him? Did it come off of him? Because I just watch him and I don't even smoke, and
I don't smoke either. We were on the same show and we got to sit and reason, and his energy was super dope. His energy was really dope. I didn't catch contact.
Okay. I just want to know, you know what I'm saying?
Didn't catch contact, but he did teach me one thing, and who knows if it was his secret but I've always held on to it. He had on shades, and I was like, so tell me why we're, you know, backstage and chilling and you got the shades on. And he said, you can't invite anyone into your essence. You can't allow any and everyone into that. And your eyes are, what do they say? That's the gateway to your soul, right? So if you have something that can place a barrier of protection there, then that's what you do, you know, whatever's comfortable to you. And it was so profound to me because I was much younger then. And I appreciated hearing that, because I think that is absolutely necessary. Doing those little things that remind you of an intention that you set. You know, it's not even the glasses that are doing it. It's really the intention placed into the glasses.
I got no glasses.
Out.
See something. Isn't that amazing? Because I thought it was, and I know it might sound weird, I thought he was shy. And why do I say that? Because, you know, he's married, they have children and stuff, and he's been with the same woman forever. I feel that he separates his business from personal, and so that I felt that that he wore glasses because he was shy, and that he had to step into his character as Snoop. I know that might sound a little weird, but I thought that's fun.
No, it makes sense. There's artists that do that too. They'll use certain things to give them that boost, that different vibe that they need when they step into that sense of themselves as a performer. Greetings, Bink. Let me tell you, Genie, you more than
Bink. We mentioned Bink. Bink is right here. Yeah.
Bink is one of the founders of hip hop in my eyes. And I'll let you pull up his CV. For those of you who don't know, you grab that CV, Bink the Humble Monster, and you'll see exactly why. That's my brother forever and a day. And he's always so supportive. And he's another one that is honest with you. Kanye mentioned him in his interview just recently when they said Bink is going to be happy to hear that. That he mentioned him in that, and he's done a lot. His signature is
Bink, I'm an artist. Can you put me on? Bum stickity. No, I'm kidding. I'm an artist. I'm sorry.
But you see that humble monster, and there's, like I said, things that we all do, including the situation like with Snoop, that get us into our zone and also keep us protected in our zone. So that falls into that with Snoop.
Oh, man. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome, Bink. I'm glad that you are here, because we definitely when reading Malica's
you know, her bio, and so we definitely came across you. So I'm happy to meet you here.
Yeah,
Hey,
incredible.
yeah, I'm not an artist, but you could like maybe turn me into one or so. I don't have breathing control. I talk funny. I ain't really got like an artist voice, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you can help me out a little bit. You know, it's the internet, man. Let's do this. Just kidding. So so you definitely have a manager, and which is Ronnie Tomlinson. Is she also your publicist?
She does everything.
Okay.
She
Yeah,
does
I was very excited to see you work with her, you know, because she's just put so much work in, and it's so great to watch her blossom and step into her purpose. You know, another one of my sisters have one of my industry sisters, my women, you know, my industry wives. I don't even know what we call each other here, but she has
I call it sisters.
Sisters, yes, sisters,
My
yes.
sister.
You know, speaks about chasing purpose, and so it was so great. So when I saw that Ronnie is your manager, I just felt like I could breathe, because I felt like, as a woman who's gone through so much, I knew that she would, you know, take care of you. So I just wanted to randomly mention that.
She definitely helped me disconnect from past traumas in music. The with Ponder Replay, I didn't even realize that it was still living within me, you know. And there were areas where I just didn't trust, and I thought I was being completely forthgiving and completely trusting, where we would have these conversations and I'd be like, absolutely, you know, I received that and I've acted in that, and being around her just provides so much growth. And then seeing her move the way that she does, and also reminding her that she needs to take time for self, Ronnie. That all of you have to make sure that you're taking time for yourself, because you pour so much into us. You pour so much into us, and it's appreciated. And we want to continue seeing you do what you do. So that means that you got to love on yourself. So yeah, I'm hard on her in that way, and
good.
She makes sure stay on track.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we cut this clip out and put it like on a loop or something. You know, she got to drop some tears today too. Listen, so what we're going to do is end here, because the hour mark is going to pop up, and then we're going to talk about a couple of your singles, and then get into, you know, Grand Rising. We definitely have to do that. So everybody, please do not move. We are, again, just because the hour is here. Romy, I don't know where you went. So we're just going to end, and guys, stay right here. Stay right here. We'll be right back. Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab you in a second. I'm gonna get this right, and pin the what you call it, so we can just keep talking, and I ain't gotta stop myself here. Okay, let me. Okay, so we are here.
We back.
Right. Yes. We're here. So let's get into some of the singles.
Yes.
Okay, here. So, which I definitely, again, I met you when Bobby York was doing Master, and so your song was Hands Up, and which is very powerful. And that was with the Cornerstoners, which is, of course, yourself, your brother T-Bob, and why is my nose running now? Well, this is just so professional. I'm telling you, I've been trying to hold it in, so instead of my eyes, it's gonna come out my nose.
You know, spiritually, they say when you're channeling or when you're connected to spirit, that's when you have a flow.
You know that when I start purging, what we gonna do, y'all? So, you know, which again, with the video, you know, when he sent me the treatment for that, oh, that was wicked. That was definitely wicked.
Yeah.
So that is how I met you, but as a solo artist. So the songs that we have here, so starting with Oh Me, Oh My. Now, I do not want to ask you to sing today because, again, you know, we not pushing nothing.
Right.
We are not pushing anything at
We're
all,
gonna
but
respect lungs today.
right. Look, let me call somebody. Yeah, so she had the nut, like she is an artist. Why she ain't sing? You know what I'm saying? No, just kidding. We're not doing that. Yes, but oh me oh my. So that was for While She Fired. So you have, I want to say maybe about 2 or 3 songs with him, or am I missing some?
So
with Walshy.
We worked with Walshy writing for Coco T, and we've written with him for a few other artists after that. And Oh Me Oh My was actually a demo for another artist. And Walshy was like, look, I think we should just go ahead and put this out. Like, it has energy.
Right.
And so that's when we linked up and we released that one. But I've definitely written with him on other projects too. Yeah,
okay.
Walshy is one of those kings that remind you of your status and your royalty, and just like Bulby. And so that's definitely in my brother's circle. I keep those kings close to me.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So Pressure. Now, I'm not sure if you could just explain to us what it means when you say that you're the first lady of Busspipe Records.
So I am signed to Busspipe Records, Pressure Buspipes label.
Okay.
That is my music family. That is my home. That is my peace. That is my sanity.
You think he could give me like a free ticket to the Virgin Islands, or like I gotta buy my own plane ticket there? Or I was just wondering.
I'm gonna leave that to Pressure for him to answer.
Because he's my cousin, and we just haven't seen each other in a while. So I just wonder. I want to, just go say hi to my auntie and stuff. And
I'll tell him I'll hit you on the back channel.
Yeah. Oh, that one too. Let me write this down. There's just so many back channel conversations with my phone upside down. I gotta ask her.
I hit you on the back channel. Listen, but I wouldn't even put it past Pressure, because one thing about Pressure, gratitude, genuinely humble. One thing about Pressure, and let me say this, as received, so reflected, received and reflected, absolutely love. He is so giving, and he really just wants to see. I don't care what status you have in his life or what title you have in his life. He wants to see everybody win. So he
wants to give everyone love and affection, is what you're saying.
Let me give you some love and affection. I know I wasn't supposed to sing. I just.
What did you? I'm gonna drink some water for you, because I don't know why you just did that.
Respect the lungs.
You just got finished saying that you wasn't gonna sing today.
I know.
She got COVID. She told her she have COVID. Why did she just do that? I'm talking to myself right now. Excuse me.
I know.
We just told her not to sing, y'all, and I was just gonna mention a couple things, and she done went ahead and.
I can't help it. It's natural. I can't help it. It fits so perfectly right there. You did such
Your husband is not going to cuss me out, because then you're not going to be able to talk later. You know what I'm saying? Because you over here singing when you already feeling okay, I'm sorry.
Right, I'm on vocal rest. I'm on vocal rest. Yeah. I love something. But I've been doing that randomly. I'm like, can I still sing? And every 4 hours, I just belt out a little something and see, it's still there. Okay, yes.
Right, yeah, it's there, baby. It ain't going nowhere. So you're signed to Busspipe. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
See? What is it like having him as a mentor and a guide? He had that faith in you. You know what I mean? Oh,
Pressure is a whole different being, and I people are like, that is your brother for real. When I tell you that is my brother, like, it's beyond. And even in mentoring, let me say this, with music, it's not even the musical mentoring, because he does that and he's amazing at that, but it's reciprocated. He respects my knowledge, my experience. He doesn't shut me down like certain situations that we tend to be in the divine feminine, where your opinion gets overlooked and then repeated 5 seconds later. He doesn't do that. He leaves room to speak. He leaves room he leaves room to give your opinion. He'll look to me to be like, what do you think, sis? And that is.
He asked you what you think?
Oh, absolutely. That chair will turn around really quick and he'll be like, what you think? You hear anything? You want to add anything? And the same with me. If I'm recording, he's there sitting down or standing up, or he's playing pool, because he loves playing some pool. And he'll come in the room and he'll check and he'll be like, okay, let me hear it. And he'll give me the same kind of feedback. And the thing, when you hear his lyrics, that is him. It's not like it's somebody else's, it's all of our experience, but in regards to respecting women, in regards to building up an empress, in regards to holding you at your highest royal divine self, he does that at all times. And there's things that I didn't realize that I should have been looking for in past experiences, which things like, if you go to an event, I always get a phone call. Even if I'm not available, even if I'm not on the show, I'm always included. I'm not left out. I'm family. It's not just like, yeah, this is my family, and then I'll see you. And, you know, like, we have a mutual respect for each other, a regard for each other. And it doesn't matter what the event, place, day, or time. If I'm there, if you see him, you see me, whether I'm there or not. And
right.
Yeah. So it's, and to hear him speak, to hear him speak on his artist as well is another great thing. Yeah. So really dope energy.
Big up your self-pressure. I'm glad that you signed me. You know, I'm the one who brought Malica to you in the first place. So to, you know, add me to the family, I just wanted you to know I'm very humbled and honored that you took that chance on me as well. So
big up Black Shiny Up Top Records and Pressure Bus Pipe Records DJ Brandon Lee, my brother as well, that made that introduction when Genie was there too. They did that together.
Yes. Yeah, I was there. You're right. I was everything. You know what I'm saying? So Wiggle Wiggle. Can I just tell you, I saw you do a video when you dropped Wiggle Wiggle because Bobby's such a tease. And so he dropped Wiggle Wiggle because we released an album every 2 years. So 2022 is our next year. But so when he dropped Wiggle Wiggle in 2020, and so you did a video. And you were wiggling your wiggle. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, Bobby, I can do that. So I put on a little, I have this striped onesie that I be putting on, what's it called? A capsule or whatever they call it, a jumper. So I was like, Bobby, okay, I'm going to do it. So I was doing wiggle, wiggle. And he said, Miss Sweetness, no. I said, oh, yeah, because Malica was doing it. So I thought I could, you know.
Where's the video? Yeah. I know you recorded it. I need that.
Yeah.
I bet you were working that sacral chakra.
Yeah,
like
you know what?
That thing ready.
It didn't quite make it. I couldn't breathe. You know what I'm saying? Because I was laughing and you know, so it wasn't the same, but I tried. I did try. But it wasn't the same. And I don't even remember what I did. I just know that I definitely didn't post it for a reason. And he was like, no, Miss Sweetness, no. But I was like, yeah, because she did it. And she was all about to do this too.
Oh,
yeah, it didn't look the same.
It's fun. I love getting lost in music. So that's always, even just going out in the backyard, turning on music in my bedroom in the house, and I do that with my family too. Like, we'll turn the record player on and we'll be dancing. My hubby and I slow dancing in the living room. It just listen to it, you know. And Wiggle Wiggle, all of Bulby's creations, they do that to you. They hit you differently. They hit you like in your core, and so everything just radiates and resonates through that. And so you can't help but to get into it.
That's why with Heartcrafted, you know, I did a full write-up on it. Each track by track, all of the tracks I did are full, and it's called the Heart. It's called the Heart of the Craft, because that particular body of work, he went deep in there. He went deep. I can't wait till 2022. We're not gonna talk about Bobby right now, but I'm telling you, for that one, you know, it was he put a piece of himself in there. It's reflected on the cover and everything. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm telling you, I wrote everything, and my publicist Shuzzer, he was the publicist for Heartcraft, and he did such a great job in the press release that he did with that, and just trying to capture just some of the essence, you know, who is Bobby, which is very he's another beacon of light. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're not talking about him right now, because
I had the pleasure of seeing him on Clubhouse through you, and he definitely is. He definitely is. Yeah. Yes. And it was beautiful to see the blend of the work done, especially like between Ronnie and the team, and then Bobby and you, everyone. Just like those are those moments that you're like, wow, everyone's working in that manner, in that depth, putting themselves into a creation that you're a part of. Oh, that's those experiences.
Yes, ma'am. I love it. Wiggle Wiggle is so fun. Wine and bend over.
Pretty girl, you shine like a trophy. Good body, girl, you be working. 1, 2, wiggle and stop. We go.
No, that's probably what I was doing while that video ain't up. What you think? That's probably what I was doing when I did. That was before I balled. You know, I had a lot of, I don't know what. Oh man, I wish I had that video. It was pretty bad. I hope he put away.
Genie said, "Me not ordinary, them no used to. Girl with she own money, who I used to. 1, 2, bubble like a cock."
It was bad. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I can whine, but I don't know. I be playing too much. I be playing too much.
I love that. Never too much.
I told you my kids said that I was a child. I'm like, you know.
They're our elders. Look, just tell them we already know that. So let us have fun then, okay?
Right. I'm rubber, you're good.
We the child, and we got to pay the bills. So let us enjoy our moments.
You know what I'm saying? That's true. Yeah. Don't go on the karma rhythm.
Yes. Yeah. That's a, I love that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That, you know, I really like the storytelling song. I do. I enjoy the fun stuff too, the catchy stuff, but I love telling a story through music. Like one of my goals when I was younger, especially, I set that in place where I want, when you hear my songs and my music, you can picture like you sending me the treatment for the music video. Because you can already see it, it's playing out. And with that one, please don't go, I ain't trying to be what these hypocrites have made of me. It's all for show. You're the only real one I have around. It's just those moments where you're in a relationship and success might hit, and it's beneficial for both individuals in the unit, because you know that's balance, your masculine and your feminine, divine. It's a blessing for both, but sometimes you'll tend to lose sight and hear everything outside of what matters the most. And so that's that moment where you're like, I give up all of that. Like, I don't, at this point, take the trips, take the money, take the shows. If you don't feel full, not tell me that you don't like it because I'm getting too much attention or any of that, but you don't feel full because you even feel like I may be mistreated in the industry. You may feel like you've been forgotten and I'm not listening and hearing you. And like, what's the point? Like, I've turned into a hypocrite. And the most important thing in a relationship, a successful relationship, is being able to admit when you have fallen into those spaces and affirm and validate your partner's emotions. So that's that song for me. Don't go. And it fits so beautifully with that rhythm. It's just, it's rare that I write a song and then hear a rhythm and I'm like, yeah, I want to place those lyrics.
Right.
But as soon as it played, I started singing it and like, yeah, this is the one. Yeah. It's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Look at that. Unfortunately, guys, I did break up with him. He had to go, but we do appreciate that song anyway. Thank you, Malica. Grand Rising.
There you are. So now you got to go to makeup after that one. You got to go to makeup.
No, you know what? I had to get
Excuse me, darling, but I didn't want us to break up. I just love when we make up. That's the other one with pressure.
Hey, y'all, I want y'all to know I'm a Sagittarius. My birthday is this coming Friday, and we keep it moving. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, yeah.
We keep it moving. I'm sorry. So whatever his name was, it was fun. Thank you, but sorry. Malica didn't tell me that I was supposed to do the makeup thing. So y'all got to contact her and see why. Let me explain to you guys what Grand Rising is. So as it is my understanding of what it is. So everything that you all have heard Malica talk about as it relates to energies and vibes, and I want to say for me, that's what Grand Rising is, sharing all of the spirit and energy in a physical form is the best way I can explain what her company Grand Rising is, and rising the 5, the S is a 5.
Yes.
And it says protect your prana. So when you speak, when you hear Malica speak about positivity and affirmations and rising to your energy, I had to write all this down. And she definitely has crystals and jewelries and a sacred bath. These are a few of the items that you are able to purchase on grandrising.com.
Yeah.
So can we please discuss Grand Rising now? And just like I had to ask you what Ashe meant, I am unsure why the 5 is in place of the S on Grand Rising.
The 5 is a representation of Mother Oshun, and I connect with Oshun deeply and I love when I can tap someone into something and then you can take that step to do the research behind it. So as far as I'm listening, when I say Mother Oshun, I feel like it's my place to say, if it calls to you, if you're like, what is that? You know, to go and check and research in regard to African spirituality. When I was going through, I almost lost my life a little over a year ago, and had a major surgery. And in my healing journey through that, I came in contact with some very divine beings. And I would go to the water to heal. After one of my healing sessions, I would go to the water to give my offerings. And finding my own space within how I wanted to give my offerings and make it my own. And it helped me through that journey so much so that I was like, I can't keep this to myself. So I started the company Grand Rising at the beginning of this year, and with my husband. And the goal is to let people know that there are tools of divination that you can use that, you know, to gain your strength in self, to gain an ease and access to your inner being. And I think that that's very necessary, especially when there's so many things calling and conditioning us to look out, that we stop to look in. I will say this, no matter what the divination tool is, as Genie said, we have crystals, we have sage, different things that are on the website. No matter what the tool is, know that you are that before anything. And I always make sure that I share that with anyone that I speak to and that I come into contact with. You are that crystal. You are that being, that thing of power that you have within. In order for that to do what it's supposed to do, you have to fill it with what's necessary to get it to do that. In that sense, you're the socket, and you know, that's the plug. You give it, you providing it with everything it needs for it to work. So, and that's again in everything that you use. With Grand Rising, I will say this, Genie, we have products that are up on the site now. I think it's very important, as I was saying, I remind my sisters in this industry to take their breaks and you know, trust in themselves in the way they're being guided. I've recently been guided to step back a little bit and revamp. So beginning next year, because I want it to be, and it has been, a learning journey with me. I make it very clear. I don't know everything about this, but I will definitely lead you in the direction that I can to get you to the answers that you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Right now, I'm in a course learning even more about these divination tools. And so we're switching it up a little bit next year to where a lot of the items that you see now it's going to be downsized. We're backing up a little bit, and we're focusing on specific items at a time, kind of like a core master lesson. So that way, it's not like, here's a bunch of options. I can kind of tell you what this does. You just run and pick what you want. No, we're learning about it. You're going to get the learning tools with it, the packet about each crystal, what that crystal does. We're going to go through the experience and the journey of really sitting and learning together and giving others the opportunity to teach me as well, because we have a lot of divine beings that are walking amongst us that are being disregarded and not looked at in music, in life, in everyday professions. And it's time for us to come together and build in that. So that, in essence, is what Grand Rising is and what it will always be.
Look at this. And again, you know, guys, I hope that you all are receiving it in the way in which she delivered her message about what it is and why she's stepping back and revamping, you know, to give you that's right, genuinely humble knowledge to understand. So that, you know, so let's say that you happen to be a person who's an introvert, or that you're shy, And because I of course don't fully understand, but perhaps if you were to step into your energy and to partake in Grand Rising and the education that Malica has, and then maybe you have your crystals, which are going to help you and give you that energy that is needed to deliver your message, or to utilize your talent to the best of your ability.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very important for you guys to understand that, because we all are here for a purpose. We're all here for a reason. And sometimes you just need a little boost. So you guys definitely, and I did type it, is Grand, GRANDRI, the number 5, ING. Grand
Yes.
Rising, and it's grandrising.com. But as she said, they're going to be revamping for 2022, but tap in from early,
Absolutely.
because the affirmations. I
And
didn't hear what you said. I'm saying.
There's things that, and when I say learning, I mean that in-depth learning, because there's things that I've learned. For instance, a lot of individuals use crystals, and one example is for those who have who are succeeding through cancer, because we're not going to claim anything opposite of succeed.
Amen.
So those who are succeeding through cancer, sometimes they're unaware when they get a crystal and they get a green crystal, that green promotes growth. Mm-hmm. And that you're actually possibly working against what you're trying to do, because there's little things that are like that. Also, the fact that if you have certain devices on, if you're close to certain things, it affects the way that crystal works and resonates. Those little things that we don't necessarily think about, and those core master crystals that you tap into to utilize and learn from, and then go beyond that, rather than just, I'm a grabber. I go in the crystal shop, I'm like, I want this. Right. But I'm learning the power in it. And so that's where we're shifting to that range. We're all going to be learning together.
See, look at that, guys. I'm telling you a little bit of, I told y'all from the beginning in the first part of our conversation today, you guys, this is for you. It's for you. That is why we're here. That's why we're checking in with Malica. If you follow her on Instagram, and you get to see when she's, I like to call it ministering, when she's, singing and doing her duets and some of her new freestyles that she's doing. But if you follow any of her music that she puts up, like, I had told her, hey, why don't you go in the ocean and sing Wiggle Wiggle? And she follows instructions. So she did that the other day, and it worked out, and as I continue to guide her, and she takes instructions very well. So you're like, wait a minute, she was there? No, I'm never anywhere, but I'm everywhere.
Genie is always there. Genie is always there. You see, this energy is not, Genie is always there. When you meet certain individuals, you walk with their energy. What would Genie do? How people ask that question, what would Ronnie do? What would Genie do? Okay.
Everything.
So that's why you see me, I'm like, as she's telling it, I'm like,
absolutely. Yes, it happened. No, you know what? But that's, I have my thing called enoughology. I believe you can never be enough. Mm-hmm. I think you're supposed to keep going. You have to increase and more and more. I was talking to a sister the other day, and I told her, like, you too comfortable. Mm-hmm. You gotta be a little uncomfortable. Like, hey, too many people like you, and you like that. You like that space right there where everybody likes you, and so you don't want to challenge yourself. Mm-hmm. You don't, because you like it. You like when everybody's calling your name and, oh, you doing this and you doing that, and I just don't think you are. That's why you called me, right? So that I could tell you that, because you already know how I get down. You're not there yet. Because why are you surrounded by so many people that agree with you? That's the issue. Yeah. So like, there's no person who's gonna like the people in my life who talk like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have anyone who's, you know what? That really didn't sound right, or yeah, that didn't look right. So you don't have anybody like that around you. You don't have anybody who loves you. You already spoke about that, earlier today in this conversation. Like, no, I don't, I would hate to be around people who cannot check me. How am I supposed to grow? I can't see it. I don't like that, and especially being so impulsive, and loud and all that I am. I need some, hey, you went too far. Really? Oh, man.
You want somebody that's going to check that, right? You want someone that's going to keep you in your best self without being bullied, but being loving and caring enough to be like, Genie, that was outside of yourself. What's going on? Come and talk. Let's sit down.
What's going on? Because, you know, because you love me enough to say, well, that's a little different. You know, I don't, you know, but if you can't get with people like that, I'm telling you, that's why I love British Linkz, you know, because first we did the, you know, again, just being on Clubhouse and being able to tie everything in. And we constantly try to give all of this free information and get you tapped into persons like, you know, I don't know if you would have had the opportunity to speak to Malica on these levels and get to, you know, because when she speaks about her energies and stuff, so you can understand. And she said that this why you don't see me everywhere. Because I understand boundaries. Let me give it back to y'all. Protecting your peace, boundaries. And I don't feed on what doesn't feed me. She doesn't, if it's not natural, it's not necessary. This is why I write this stuff down so I can give it back. You guys wouldn't understand why when you say, oh, she's so beautiful, she's glowing, and you know, why do I feel so at peace when I talk to her? Because she had to set that. And had to learn and bump her head and go through different things. And I'm not sure if you guys would have been able to hear her say that, because this is just a conversation between girlfriends. And, you know, because you can hear her talk about music all the time and her music and all this other stuff, but you have to be able to hear what got her to that point, what, you know, some of the things that that she does. And again, how we started it off, that part about being shy is so important to speak to other creatives. And, you know, when JFK was here, and to be so incredibly talented, and you are not obligated to get people to understand you on that level, but there are other people. And you have to hear someone who's been through it already. So that's, again, why I love British Linkz, to be able to continue to, every time there's a platform, we right there, giving that information, you know, and not charging for it, because let us at least start you on the level. You gather all of that information for yourself, build yourself up, add on to what's already there, and then I'll be there with my bill. But in the beginning, let us give you all of this information so that you can hear that you're okay, you're normal, you're right on the path, you're not alone. And so I just hope that y'all got this.
And that's why it's so important, Genie. And I have to say this, you have to tune in. Beings like Genie are rare. Genie will listen. Genie, you see how Genie took those notes and read them, but she read my own words back to me. Like, Genie will listen when she hears us speaking about what it is that we need, what it is that we feel like we're lacking, what we're looking for. And she always brings it back around and doesn't cut your pocketbook or your wallet to give you the information. She's willing to give that, and she'll bring people that people don't usually want to share their contacts. You know, they don't want to bring
everybody.
But let me tell you what, though, one thing, artists, creatives, we can't keep complaining about our circumstances. Humans, period. We can't keep complaining about our circumstances. And then once somebody is giving us the key to the answers that we're looking for, not be as ready to engage as we are when we're talking about the shit that we ain't trying to be a part of. Because people need to be very motivated with joining in on those conversations. But then up the block, you got Genie holding a whole mansion full of people that can give you the answers you're looking for. And you're like, yeah, but let me just finish this conversation real quick. What are you doing? What are you doing if you don't leave and go up the road? And especially if a lot of people ain't over there at that moment, go and soak it up and network before everybody gets there, because they're coming. People are waking up, so it's necessary. And Genie, 2 things to add to that list is serenity and silent solitude is necessary. Being okay with being with yourself. A lot of people, they struggled with everything that we've been experiencing these last 2 years because the answers were always outside of themselves. You have to be able to, you know, sitting back and saying, I'm just going to stay in the serenity of silent solitude, and I'm not going to ask my answers out loud. And you ask them to yourself, and within that day, within 10 minutes, the answer comes back to you, and you're like, wait a minute. That's when you start seeing how grand your and how powerful you are, and how that power, even though you may have been conditioned away from it so that you're not in the knowing, never left you, right? And then the second thing, let's see, serenity and silence, solitude, and exclusivity of your energy. Energetic exclusivity. I had a conversation with my friend the other day. I said, imagine that in your life, you have your journey that you have to take. You fill your gas tank up, right? You got your car ready. And we tend to continue to hop out of our car, leave the gas and the AC running, knowing that we have a journey and just enough gas to get through our journey to go and entertain things that aren't putting gas back in the vehicle, that aren't helping to add to your journey, right? So exclusivity of your energy, making sure that you know everything is for everything, nothing is for nothing, and everything doesn't have to be something. You know, everyone shouldn't have access to your being. Divine feminine, everyone shouldn't have access to your being. Everyone shouldn't be able to leave their signature on your contract, right? We have to appreciate ourselves enough to know that as much as I want to be the yes, yes, and have everyone like me, which I have been before, I've been that person. It doesn't help you in finding out who you are and what it is that you need.
Look at that.
But once you create that level of exclusivity, once you realize you're a big thing, I don't care who doesn't or know you or know your name. Your name is being spoken in.
Me and my
Hey,
Christopher Martin.
Look,
Listen,
you got to know that.
One more
time,
know that everybody, you can't be so accessible. That's what you're saying.
You are an exclusive experience. An exclusive experience. And to know you and have that experience of you is a blessing. Don't ever think less of that. So make sure that you're giving it to the people that deserve it. And I'll leave it on that note.
Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, Malica, you know, I am always here, honey. Always. Anything you need. If you need more dance lessons, if you need me to you know, continue to coach you on your vocals, you know, I've got you. That's, you know, what would you do without me?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
You are definitely that push that is always there, Genie. All the ideas, you know, when you told me, okay, there goes the canal, push through the other side. The other side is the rest of your life. You know, from before I came out the womb, Genie has been coaching me, so I need y'all to know that.
See, now you done went too far. I wasn't there.
It's gonna be dark for a few months. You're gonna be resting. Make sure you get your fluid. Treat your mama right internally, and then once you get out, it's
see, now everybody was gonna take me serious until you did that. They really were going. Wait a minute, so she's the one who got, listen, y'all, no, it wasn't me. It was not me. It wasn't, no. I like to joke, but, oh man, I'm telling you, I was excited. And I told Bobby, guess what? I'm going to be talking to Malica next. So he was definitely excited about that. And he said, you know, Bobby is a man who uplifts the queens. You know, and he was very happy when we began to link. I don't even know when it was or how when we started linking one-on-one, but he was very happy about that, you know, and so I was like, yeah, I get to talk to Malica. So, you know, because we only have the check-in every other week. You don't want people to be bored. You want to, you know, let them wait a little bit, because then they're going to, you know, tune out. So I am so excited. You know, I feel filled and full. You know, I myself feel that I was blessed from this conversation. So thank you so much. And I mean it, honey. I am definitely here. I'm not going to charge you for today. Yeah, so that one I'm going to go ahead and not charge you, and then, you know, go back to, I'm sorry. I try. I don't.
Gratitude, Genie. Absolutely received and reflected.
I can only be.
I appreciate it. I'm
serious for as long as I can. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll with it. This is my kind of space.
She said, oh man, did I make a payment last? This woman is child support. I swear to God, no, it didn't happen. We real, y'all. We real, and I love that persons who are able to watch this. See, this is the way that women in this industry work together. This is the way that we work.
y'all. This is more common than you guys can even understand. Her manager is a woman. You know, her listen, this is how we work. So anyways, my dear, I do love you.
I love you too.
I don't know if I told you that before, but I'm telling you this now. It does expire, you know, November 30th at 11:59. But for now,
it's okay. The payment is gonna be in there today, so that love trickle over
till December. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I love you beyond
happened. Yes,
and I appreciate you. Let me give you your flowers for that. I appreciate you beyond words for everything that you do and the impacts you set in our industry. And for every time that your name wasn't spoken on something that was yours, know that we know that it was. Know that we know and we sense your energy and the grandness that you have done in our industry. You deserve every accolade. And in every accolade, I don't mean the physical material things that they hand you and say, hey, are popular, good job. I mean in the accolades of having respect of others, of giving people an experience that they hold on to where they want to continue to be in your presence. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you beyond words. And you deserve all of the abundance that has come and is coming your way.
Put these glasses on now because I keep going in that direction and we just go. Snoop. You say that she done went and this wasn't even.
I wish I had my shades with me. I left them in the car because I put them on quick. I do love you. Dear. You deserve it. You deserve it. And that's why we need these spaces. That's why we need these spaces because sometimes we need us. We're so focused on everything else. We need us to remind us of our grandness and to see reflections of ourselves and the people that are around us from the work that we do. And that's why even with the younger girls that I see, I'll hear somebody on a Clubhouse or a platform and I'll be like, come to the studio, meet me, let's work. And it's a beautiful thing when I see these younger girls in an environment where I know they're safe. And if for whatever reason they're not, hubby is already waiting at the door to handle whatever's trying to come in because we got warriors.
Amen. That's right.
That divine masculine.
They kings. Amen.
Right. But to be able to sit and have a long conversation, sometimes not even record because we're just building with each other in a musical space. It's so necessary. And in the future, I hope to build on that too. You know, so where we can have these sit downs with these young girls that are in the industry, let them ask questions and just be like, here's my perception.
Right. That's right.
What you may, I'm gonna plant this seed and allow you to grow through it. That's it.
Amen.
Ashe.
Yes, my love. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yes. You go get some rest.
Gratitude. I will.
Yes, ma'am. And I will be checking on you later.
Yes.
Later.
Talk soon, Genie. Gratitude, everyone. I apologize. I haven't read through the comments, but I appreciate all of your love and support and for staying tuned in to what we're doing here today. And I just want to send my love and light to you as well. Love and light, shadows and swords. Don't forget the balance.
Amen.
I'm sending that out to you today as well.
Yes. You have to click the X in the top corner of your screen.
Let me see. There we go.
You guys, y'all know what? For those of us who are genuine, you know what I'm saying? We just here for you. And I say that all the time that I'm here for y'all. Call me when you need something, you know, and that's why I offer consultations. You know, I'll do 30 minutes and talk to you and I try to pour into you. But what a blessing it was to talk to my sister, Malica. So let me read back a couple of the gems that we received from her today. Hey, Tiffany, not yet. Because I want to, and I know I did, but I want to read them back to you guys anyway. Be an example of what you want to see before you are, you know, complaining and blaming somebody else. Look at that mirror. Let me see. I got a mirror over here, y'all. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? You don't like what you're looking at, do you? I'm probably going to clean that off. But be an example of what you want to see. Serenity and silent solitude. That means there is peace in being by yourself. Are you surrounded by people all the time? Surround yourself with you. Get to know you. I bet you don't even know you, do you? Yeah. You know, I have problems in my relationships, though, because I tend to be by myself a lot. And then, oh, man, I got to call Curtis back. Y'all got to tell me sometimes when there's a man. I be forgetting these things. Protecting your peace. Protect your peace. These are boundaries. Another key point. boundaries that you need to have in place. I'm speaking to you guys who are creatives. You all are creatives. You're singing, you're writing, you're an engineer, you're a mixer, you're a producer. Protect your peace and put those boundaries in place. You have to, because you have a talent that you need to share with the rest of us, but because you're not protecting your peace, you are not living at your highest, right? Malica said, I do not feed on what doesn't feed me. Listen, don't take her to no buffet. She tailor-made. She tailor orders. Ain't no menu. She know exactly what she wants. And I'm not going to be there. You can go there if you want to. I'm not going to be there because I know it's not going to feed me already. What? Energetic exclusivity. That means you have to be exclusive to your energy. You can't just be accessible that everybody could just come around you. Come on, that's back to boundaries. Come on, get them boundaries in place, y'all. Get them boundaries in place. Everybody got access. People need to know that to know you is a blessing. To work with you, to be around you is a blessing. And those are the levels that you need to operate on. And again, for those of you who are introverts, who are shy, these messages are coming at you. You can still have that peace and that shyness and that introvert, but you have to be around the right people who are going to help you protect that, people who are going to help you to grow. And of course, Grand Rising, which is GRANDRI, the number 5, ING. Okay, so she is revamping. You guys, please make sure that you follow Grand Rising on Instagram, because when Malica does the revamping and everything, and as she said, she's, educating herself so that she can educate you, and going to be doing those master classes. Hey guys, there's my publicist, Shazza. Of course, we talked about you today, baby. So you guys, you want to follow her from now, so that when she starts the master classes and she just, focusing on certain crystals and focusing just solely on certain things, you guys can be a part of it from early. Today was such a blessing. I want to thank all of you who have been here with us for these past few months, all of our guests and everything. We are at the end of November, you guys. December, we have something crazy in store for you guys, because guess what? We are at the end of the season. Yes, so we have so many different things that are coming up. Of course, I talk about publicity so much. I'm so happy that Shazza was here. He came here because I talk about having a publicist. I talk about it over and over and over. You guys, we're going to do some things, because y'all don't really understand the purpose of building a team and having these team members around you and helping. They're building your story and getting you out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't do everything on your own. I definitely do not. I don't. I study myself so that I can give you guys the best information. So anyway, this is the check-in. We had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time today. I hope you guys, I keep repeating myself because I really want to make sure that you all received everything that was put out for you guys on today. We will be back December again. We're going to end out the season, meaning that we're going to take a break, right? You have a season and then it ends. It is going to be so wonderful. All of this information brought to you on behalf of course, myself, Genie Sweetness, and British Linkz, free of charge. It is on the IGTV for British Linkz. All of the information that we have for you guys. Keep going no matter what. I love y'all, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah. Yes.